Welcome to the Business Behind the Scene podcast, where we talk all about real business problems, real solutions, and getting actual results in your business. You're listening to the Business Behind the Scene podcast, episode number 4. My name is Francesca Moi, and I wanted to welcome you to number 4 podcast that I did this year in 2020. And now this is going to be hilarious, but if you notice a difference in sound, that is because we just bought this microphone last week and we're trying to work out, it's like, how does this $1,000 microphone sound so bad? And then what we realized is that it was turned the other way around. So now that it's actually turned the right way, you can finally hear us. How cool is that? Now, we are not going to be recording again the other episodes because it's all about letting go of perfectionism. I teach that, and I have to obviously make sure that I do that. I walk my talk. So I'm so glad that you guys are now going to be able to hear me better, and we just have to move forward from here. Now, what we're going to talk about today is my secret in business. People ask me all the time, Francesca, I think I know your secret. I think you know why you're so successful is because you have amazing virtual assistants. So all I need to do is to go ahead and find myself one. And I go, that is not my secret. That is not how I got successful in business. It's not because of the team. Now, the team can only enhance, make you bigger, make your business better and greater, but it cannot do it for you. So it's like when people say, oh, money makes you happy, or money makes people greedy, or money makes people bad. No, money would just enhance what type of person you are. And that's the same with the team. So if you are a really bad business person and you don't know how to make business, you don't know how to market yourself, you're not going to be able to get your people to market you. You're not going to be able to grow your business to the level that you want. So I'm going to uncover how and why my business has been so successful in the last 6 years, and it's definitely not because I have amazing virtual assistants. I mean, I do, and my virtual assistants are amazing, my team is amazing, and I'm so grateful and so proud of each and every one of them. However, I have done the work first. So if you're looking for a shortcut, and that's what people do, they go, oh, okay, I can't keep up posting on social media. All I need is a virtual assistant that does it for me. No, that's not the way. You have to get good at it first before you can lead someone else. You cannot tell people how to ride a bicycle if you have never done it yourself. You cannot go and teach people and coach them on how to ride a bicycle if you haven't done yourself. So your team, even if they are good at it already, they don't know your business. You need to train them. You need to lead them on how you want your marketing to be done. So sorry for the bad news, but what I'm saying here is that you just have to get over yourself and learn and invest as much as you possibly can into your brain. This is where you're gonna get most out of your business, is when you first invest in your knowledge, in your brain. You learn as much as you can about marketing, about sales, about funnels, about everything that you need to know about business, so then you can lead your team into implementing what you already know. But if you don't know it, if you don't know that it's possible, you're never going to be able to tell your team, hey, we should do this, or we should do that, or we should implement this new strategy, or we should tweak and change stuff. As soon as there is a problem, you're going to be blaming your team. If you don't know what they're doing, you're going to be blaming them, you're going to be firing them, and you're going to find someone else, and you're going to find yourself with the same problem over and over and over again. Why do I know that? Because I've done it in one area of my business for many years, which is finances. I didn't want to deal with it. I just wanted to find someone to deal with it. I just wanted to find someone to just look after my books, and I don't want to look at them because I don't like numbers. And that's the story that I was telling myself. I just have to delegate it. I just have to find someone that does it. Yes, that is true, but I need to be across it. I need to tell them what type of report I want to see. I need to tell them that I need to know how many people sign up to the half-day workshop so that I can know how many people I can then convert, so that I know my numbers for the year. So if I don't know that, if I don't tell them that that's what I want, they don't know because they don't know my marketing strategy. So it's fascinating how, as business owners, sometimes we don't like to do something, and so we just go, that's it. I'm just going to pay someone to do it for me and I'm never going to hear about that again. And it's not true. You are the business owner. You are the person that need to learn at least the minimum in every area so that you can be a great CEO. And that, I know this for some of you is bad news. And for some of you, you go, okay, I'm just going to go now, stop listening to this Francesca Moi chick and find someone else that's going to lie to me and tell me something that I want to hear. I'm sorry, that's not the type of coach that I am. I actually love this business behind the scene podcast because I get to talk the truth, which I love doing. And I get to tell you things that not many coaches want to tell. They want to tell all the look how easy my life is, look how easy my business was, and look at me, I can show you how to do the same. And I tell you, no, that's not true. I'll show you how, yes, you can have a successful business. Yes, you can start to work less once you have gone through the success. Yes, you will eventually be able to have your team that does it all for you. But at the beginning, you got to do it. You gotta get your hands dirty and you're gonna go and do the stuff that you don't want to do. So why people think that they need a virtual assistant is because they want a shortcut. They're lazy. They just want to go there and say, oh, I'll just get someone to do it for me. I hate social media. I don't want to do it. But the thing is, your virtual assistants are not you. You can't get, even if you get a marketing company to do it for you, they need to transcribe your content. They can, use and repurpose your content, but you have to come up with the content first. You have to be the person that actually come up with the content first, that give idea, that give content, they give blogs, they give videos so that they can transcribe it and they can actually repurpose your knowledge because you are the knowledgeable person. Because if not, they will start their own business, right? If they were the people that could run and write content. So even if you don't like it, you have to sit down once a week and write and talk and do whatever is most comfortable to you. You have to do that in content. That's why I'm doing this podcast, because it's another half an hour that my team can transcribe, and there's another half an hour of content that can repurpose in different social medias. So remember, you are the expert, you are the business owner. No matter how long your team is with you, no matter how many years, they're never gonna be you. And your audience need to hear from you. They need to know that the content is being written by you, and they need to feel and hear you throughout the content. So the virtual assistant is a fake shortcut that you think you need in your business. But what you need is to first invest in a strategy, invest in your brain, so that you're going to be able to have a strategy in mind and lead your team. And when something goes wrong or something doesn't work, you would have more strategies to tweak it, to change it, to say, hold on, let's try this instead. But if you don't have that, you're going to hire a virtual assistant that they will wait for you to tell them what to do, because that's the truth. And so what I love about having virtual assistants is now most of them, we got 6 of them, they are better than me. Now they know more stuff than I do. At the beginning though, I had to spend hours sitting down with them and going, okay, let's figure this ClickFunnels out. Let's open up ClickFunnels together in a Zoom call, sharing my screen, and together we're gonna play around with this and see how that works. Or let's go on Canva and create some graphics and then choose together the branding colors and then save them up, and then so that you know what style I like. So you have to do that with them. You have to spend hours with them to coach them in what you want, what you like, what you want the message to be looking like, feeling like, sounding like. It's gotta come from you. And if you're expecting any person to come into your business and do graphic designs and do a post and do canvas and do things for you, then you're waiting for a miracle. Instead, what I want to do, and it could happen that you get someone that, they're really good at it and you've got the same taste and they really create some amazing stuff. But then when they leave, what are you going to do? How are you going to coach someone else in what you like, on how to create it and how to make it happen? It's going to be really hard for you. And I was literally hanging out yesterday with a friend of mine and we were talking about that, because I was saying, there is a common denominator here in your life, and every time we meet and catch up, we talk about how this problem is keep happening. So maybe it's a leadership problem, maybe it's not the team, maybe is you just need to admit that you haven't been a greatest leader, and so they cannot follow what you say because you haven't put structure in place. And there's no matter how good your team is, you are the one that need to do that. So before you get a virtual assistant and expect that they're going to do the job for you, why don't you actually find someone that's going to teach you how to market yourself, how to put yourself out there? And once you've done it enough, once you know how to promote yourself, then you can have someone that's going to take what you've done and grow it and double it and triple it. Then they can do that, but you need to create a foundation. And so I hear that so many times, right? People look at our clients and say, oh my God, you guys are smashing it. How do you post this much on social media? And they say, oh, it's my virtual assistant. And they go, wow, how did you get a virtual assistant? And they say, well, it's part of the Mafia Academy. And they go, what? The Mafia what? And then they refer it to us. And then they come to us and they say, no, I don't want to be part of the Mafia Academy. I just want you to send me a virtual assistant my way. And what I find fascinating about this is that I say, look, that I have to be honest with you. I've done that in the past, right? In the past, when we first started to have all these virtual assistants in the Philippines that were working for our clients and doing an amazing job, we thought, why not? Let's just create that as a side business, that if people don't want to be part of the Mafia, we just give them a trained virtual assistant. And we did that for a couple of people. And then guess what? It wasn't working. It wasn't working for them because they didn't know what to do on their social media. They were not active, they were not consistent, they didn't put any content out there. So the virtual assistant had nothing to work from. They had no foundation, they had no content to repurpose. So the virtual assistants were stuck, and they would say, well, I can work for you, boss, if you don't do the minimum. But they never got educated on what the minimum was that they had to do. So we have to stop that side of the business and say, no, we don't give any virtual assistants until someone has done the VIP Mafia Academy, right? So we've got two level of the Mafia Academy. And the first level is gold, which is people that come to a 3-day workshop and they work with us for 4 months. But that is not enough for them to actually know how to market themselves properly, right? So it's just the beginning of the journey. There's more to it. So when they become VIP, then we have a program that actually teaches people how to get virtual assistant, what to do, how to delegate to them, what to work with them, how to work with the virtual assistant, and how to create procedures and processes together. So all of that is part of the VIP program. And if you don't have that, they're not going to know what to give to the virtual assistant, right? So we had that question so many times that people go, okay, now I've got a virtual assistant, but how do I get them to work 40 hours a week? What do I give them? And it's like, what? We have so many ideas. Here we go. And we give them like an amazing sheet that will show them what to, how to work with the virtual assistant, what type of jobs they need to give and delegate to them so they can keep them busy and full time. So there is that fine line of, I couldn't just say, well, I gave you a virtual assistant, that's what you wanted, and now it's none of my responsibility. But all I am about is results. And that's why this podcast, right? I love to teach people how to get real results, not fake results, not short-term results, long-term results. They're going to get them business to the next level and be able to grow it to a 6-figure, 7-figure, whatever they want to go. So I had to put a hand in my heart and say, do I want quick money and just keep giving virtual assistant to people that don't work out and they're going to fire them after a few months? So now these poor virtual assistants are going to feel deflated and not have a job. And then the client think that the virtual assistant, it doesn't work. And so they're never going to want to try that again. That means doing a disservice. Yes, my bank account could have been full, but that would have mean that clients were not raving fan. That means the client would have been talking bad about my brand, and that means it would have been a disaster. So I always think, yes, fast way. I'm all about making money. I love making money, and I love being successful, and I love creating products that work for my bank account, that are profitable, but also they work for the client, that they give them real results. Because for me, there's no point to have a full bank account and not be able to sleep at night because clients are not happy, because clients are not fulfilled, because clients are not getting results. So I had to make a choice. And you know how many people tell me, Francesca, what are you doing? Like, there's so many people that want the virtual assistant. Why don't you just give them that? And then once they have it, they want more. They're gonna become clients. And I go, that is not fair. I'll do it the fair way, and I have an honest conversation with people, and I say, look, I could do it this way, but this is why I stopped doing it that way, because it doesn't work. It doesn't give people the best value. So if you want to work with me, you have to be part of the Mafia. You have to be part of the Mafia Academy as a VIP. I will teach you, train you, coach you, everything I know on how to grow a business, how to get people into your rooms, into your workshops, into your retreats, how to get people into your programs. I will teach you all about how to fill up your programs online or offline, and that is what I'm passionate about. And once you have done that, once you have that success, then I will also train and find the best match virtual assistant for you that will give you what you need in your business once you already have the success. There's no point. People are completely invisible on the social media, completely. They've got no knowledge about how to get momentum on the social media. And then they think, I'm just going to hire someone to do it for me. Doesn't work that way. You have to learn how to be invincible on your social media first. And once you get there, once you're invincible, then absolutely you need help. Absolutely you need someone to help you grow your following even more, to reply to all these messages, to reply to all these inquiries, because now you are invincible. Oh boy, you're going to be busy. You can't do it all alone. That's for sure. I'm all about hiring people. But first, you need to invest into your brain, and your brain will help you to maintain the success, to maintain the momentum, to get, to the next level. So it's not true. If you're thinking that your solution is just to hire a virtual assistant, I please ask you to stop. Think about how successful you are, how much momentum do you have on your business yet. And even like we had an amazing coach that is a health coach and had an amazing clinic completely full, and she knows how to get clients. She knows how to get clients in the clinic, but didn't know how to do that on social media. So even if her business was already super successful in her own way, she didn't know how to get on social media, didn't know what to do on social media, didn't want to look silly on social media. Reputation was really important. So giving a virtual assistant to someone like that, even, it wasn't going to work. So I said, honestly, trust me. What you need to do is to become a VIP Mafian. Once you're a Mafian, then I can show you every step of the way. I can share templates with you. I can share everything that you need so that you can then work with a virtual assistant. And this person now has hired a second virtual assistant from us, and they're going, wow. And everything is exploding, and everything is working on the social media now. And so now the business has doubled because of that. But if I just said, here, this is a virtual assistant, that wouldn't help nothing. It would help to maybe maintain the back end of the current business, but it would not have grown it, right? So another question that we get a lot is, what do you give to a virtual assistant? And actually also, who are these virtual assistants, right? So if you don't know, probably I should have said that at the beginning of this podcast, but here we go. If you don't know what a virtual assistant is actual person, a real person that is living somewhere else, not in your country usually. Well, you actually can also live in your country, but we choose beautiful ladies from the Philippines, and they are willing to work, they're loyal, they are committed to make this happen, because for them is the dream job, right? For them is the best thing ever, because they're getting paid really well for where they live. They work from home. They don't have to get in a commute for like hours to get to work. They can have the kids at home, so they save money also into daycare. So it's just the dream work. And they're going to be loyal. They're going to be sticking with you. They're going to be wanting to grow the business with you. We now have 6 virtual assistants working in our business, and we have trained over 65 virtual assistants for our Mafians. And it's just mind-blowing how much results people get if they already have a bit of momentum in the business, right? People that don't have the virtual assistant workout and people that they're not consistent on the social media. The virtual assistant cannot do it for you. You have to do your work, the minimum, so that they can help you in the business. Now, what do you give to a virtual assistant? Well, all the social media side is what we give to a virtual assistant. All the procedures, all creating procedures and processes is done from the virtual assistant. All our asana is done and maintained from our virtual assistant, ticking boxes and having all the tasks done. All our Airtable, all the back end of the websites are done from the virtual assistant. Calendars, emails, replying to emails or replying to SMS. And people go, oh my God, like virtual assistant don't talk English properly. How do you handle that? You know what? I don't even talk English properly, so for me it's not an issue because, why not? It's all good. But also you want to train them, right? You train them in your own words. You train them on how you speak. You train them into making sure that they have the best customer service messages out there. However, they're not pretending to be you. I will never do that. So if you message me on Facebook and I am not available to reply, one of my virtual assistants will say, one of my virtual assistants will say, hi, it's Tina, Francesca's VA. Francesca at the moment is not available, but I can help you, and then just go ahead and tell them. So you just cannot let a virtual assistant pretend to be you, because that would be devastating for a raving fan. If a raving fan is thinking that it's talking to you and then they find out that it wasn't you, they're going to be devastated. So I never, ever, ever do that to any of my clients. The virtual assistants are there to support you and to take the load off your shoulders, but they're not there to pretend. They're not there to fake it until we make it, right? And so that's something that sometimes people, when they're talking to me on social media, they're going, is that really you? And I go, yeah, of course. If it's not me, they will say that. They will say, hey, it's Tina, Francesca's VA, and da-da-da. So it's super important for us to be transparent and authentic when we work on our social media. So what do you really need to do before you get a virtual assistant is to work with someone that's going to teach you all the marketing tips, all the strategy on social media, on how you're going to get your business to the next level on social media, how you're going to get a following, how you're going to get momentum. Once you start to get momentum, then you need someone to help you. Then you go, okay, now I need a virtual assistant. And then you're going to be able to afford it. You're going to be able to be okay with it. But if you do it way too early, then it's not going to happen. Now, there is something magical that happens when you hire a virtual assistant. You are going to now feel that you have responsibility to make this business successful, even more than before. Because before, if it doesn't work out, I'll go back to a job and that's it. Right? So that's what happens to our brain. When we first start a business, we always have in that back of our brain, if it doesn't work out, I'll go back to a job. The thing is, now you have someone else's life depending on you, someone else's income depending on you. So now you can't let them down. You don't want to let them down. You don't want to go, oh, well, if it doesn't work out, I get a job and you get fired, because that would be devastating. So now you have that extra push and the extra leverage to wanting this success even more, because now you're not doing it just for you. Now you're a team. Now you're a leader. Now you've got someone to look after you and hoping that you're not gonna fail, because if not, they're not gonna have food for the kids. And that for me was huge. I was watching a video the other day of a really successful entrepreneur, and they were saying, I have paid many weeks my team before I did, right? I have said, I'm not going to get paid this week and I'm going to pay my team. And I've done that too. And I thought that it was just me. And it's not true. A lot of us business owners, we will put our team first before ourselves. And that is massive, because it will allow us to give back. It will allow us to be willing to make even more money, because so now we can pay for our team. And I've done that many times. And I'm so grateful that actually turned out to be the best decision for me, because the team saw also how committed I was into paying them, and they were loyal to me. And some weeks that they saw that there were no money to pay them, they also said, boss, I've got enough time for this week, just don't pay me, and when the business goes better, we can you can pay me back. And that to me was the best thing. The point that now this virtual assistant that's been with me for 4 years is in maternity leave, and of course I said, I'll pay your maternity leave, just don't worry, just everything is paid for, just relax and come back when you can, when you want, and don't rush it. And that is family. That is what happens when you really have created that connection with your virtual assistants, with the people that work with you. Now, another thing that we love about having a virtual assistant is that we have such a great connection that every year we offer them to come to Australia. We give them flights and accommodation, and they come to stay, and we pay for everything, food, everything, because for them it's not affordable to come here to Australia. And in those weeks, we work really hard. We also take the team on holiday, and we go away for a 3-day, working retreat where we get shit done and we get to know one another. We do, amazing games to get to know one another. It's beautiful. But the thing is, that trip alone gives them that feeling of being part of something greater, and it's amazing what gives. Like some of these girls, some of these women, they never ever thought they could be able to afford a trip to Australia, right? So for them it's life changing. One of our VA was saying, boss, you have no idea what you've done for us. You, because of the amount of money that you pay us and the bonuses and everything that you're giving us, I was able to now build a house for our family. We got 8 rooms house that we're building because of the money that you gave us. And that fills my heart with happiness, because not only am I giving a job that is an amazing job to these girls, but also giving them opportunity to give back to the family. So the ripple effect that you're able to do in your business, once you start to monetize it, it's huge, and the reward, it's massive. So if you are thinking of starting and getting a virtual assistant, I'm all for it, as long as you know how to do it first, how to be organized first. You cannot expect them to do it for you. You need to learn those skills, and then you'll be able to lead and manage your team the best way. So I hope that you guys got inspired from this and wanted to grow your business even more and start to look into getting virtual assistants and started to get people out there. One of the biggest mistakes that I did at the beginning, when people were saying, how do you get your virtual assistant? I will teach people how to do it. And then guess what? They couldn't find the right people. They couldn't find the right virtual assistant. I've got a unique way to interview virtual assistants and to find the right people that are going to be loyal and stay long term. We have only let go 10 virtual assistants out of 65. Everyone else are still working with a virtual assistant. So it's magical and it's another world. And if you haven't got it yet, make sure that you reach out to me and we can help you out with that. But yeah, you got to be part of a community. You got to be part of something greater so that you can always learn how to be a best leader. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll look forward to see you next week. I'm enjoying this podcast now. I'm a bit addicted to it, actually, I have to say. Bye. If you enjoyed listening to this podcast, then you have to come check out the Entrepreneur's Abundance Mindset Mastermind. It's my monthly mastermind where you get to spend time with me, where we take all this material, we apply it, we study it, and so we can take your business to a whole new level. So just go to the Francesca Moi, the Meetup Queen Facebook business page, and then just send me a message and you'll be able to choose the option EAM Mastermind. I would love to have you join me there, and I'll see you next week.